Hello Libra, thank you for joining me for your tarot forecast for the month of June 2025. As always, please only take the messages that are meant for you and leave what isn't yours for someone else, okay? So, I'm just going to prep your deck here for a minute and then we'll see what is going on. Oh, what is going on for this month. Okay. So the situation at hand, Libra, is the anomaly. Okay. Something really, really different that stands out. Maybe you're doing something right now, Libra, that makes you stand out from the crowd, that is making people look or take another look. With the anomaly, it's unusual and very, very rare. Okay, how this ties in with the situation, I'm unclear at the moment because I feel like I just don't have enough information. Your strongest message is abundance. Okay, abundance. I mean, abundance can be good or it can be bad, right? An abundance of anything, too much of a good thing, right? I feel that there is actually more finances that's coming in for you guys this month. It feels like pay rise, promotions. If you're self-employed, then obviously this is going to be additional clients, that sort of thing. I feel like word is getting around that what you have to offer is really, really different. Okay, so you're definitely standing out from the crowd. Let's take a look at the tarot. See if we can clarify this before we move on. Can you tell us more about the anomaly for Libra, please? It feels like you have a rare skill or a rare talent, Libra, that you're actually going to start monetizing, earning a really, really good living off of this rare skill or talent that you have. Three of Cups, yeah. Word is definitely getting around, Libra, about you. That's the situation. You, see, this is the thing. You might not feel comfortable getting that amount of attention, okay? And it feels like you're not utilizing this rare skill or talent so that you can get attention on yourself. Like, it doesn't feel like that, which again, that would make you the anomaly, right? That would make you really different from everyone else. But I feel that people are speaking really good things about you here, Libra, and you might not be used to that. Okay, you might not be used to getting a lot of positive attention on yourself. You're certainly on the path to making an incredible living out of this rare skill or talent of yours. I feel that there's a lot of demand. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a huge demand for what it is that you're able to do. Can we have another card for this, please? Three of Cups with the anomaly for Libra's situation. The Two of Swords. Okay. Weighing up options. Weighing up options because you might not have felt like you had options in the recent past, but now you do have options. So this is like, okay, Libra, pick a direction now. Pick a direction because you've got some sort of freedom of choice here that's coming in. Okay, so what's your internal energies? So this is going to be your emotions, your instincts, your reaction or response to the situation that's going on. Grief. That's a strange one. Why is grief here as Libra's response to this situation, please? Nine of Swords. Nightmare card. You're stressing out. Worried. Worried if things go wrong. There's high levels of anxiety that's coming through out of your energy, Libra. Like sky high. What's going on with this grief and Nine of Swords for Libra, please? Definitely a lot of procrastination. The Chariot, but it's safe for you to proceed. It's safe for you to move forward. You could be worried about not being able to maintain whatever this is that's going on. So, I mean, clearly you've got some amount of impressive success here, right? Because that's your strongest overall energy. But you could be worried and concerned and stressed out about, well, what if I can't continue it? What if I can't keep it going, right? And you will find that a lot of successful people actually do think that way, Libra. I wouldn't know about it myself because I'm not successful, but I've heard that it can be a real, genuine thing. It's like, imagine this, really successful singer releases their first album and it rockets, like it gets out of control, and that's the thing that makes them massively famous and rich and everything. And then come the time where they have to create their second album, they'll be biting their nails going, but what if it's not as successful as my first one? Do you know what I mean? That's the best way that I can explain this energy here. And that's what's going on, right? Grief, Nine of Swords, and the Chariot. There's a very real worry and concern. But what if I can't keep it going? What if the next thing that I do is just a flop? What if that was just a fluke, right? And it isn't a fluke, Libra. It isn't, because you're genuinely gifted here. You're genuinely talented. I mean, I can understand now this Two of Swords energy, because I'm trying to read through what's going on here, and I'm really, really feeling that heaviness of that Two of Swords. It's almost like it's draining my head of any real tangible thought or idea, right? So there could even be some sort of writer's block here or mental fog that's going on. And then that's contributing to your worry, your stress, and your anxiety here. Okay, let's take a look at your blind spot. What's going on there? Insight. Wow. So this demonstrates a crow has learnt that the weight of the rocks will make the water levels rise. Okay, very inventive, very thoughtful, smart. Insight. So when insight is in your blind spot, it means epiphany. Okay, Libra. And this sudden see with that brain fog, isn't it weird? Wow. This brain fog, Libra, it will clear. It will clear, because you're going to be hit with this epiphany. Okay. Can you tell us more about this insight in Libra's blind spot? What it is that Libra doesn't see coming. I feel that insight, creative ideas, that fog, it's going to be lifted when you're least expecting it. Okay. Because at the moment, you're right in the middle of it. You're not able to see the wood for the trees, basically. So that's why this insight is in your blind spot. Three of Wands. They're saying that there's some sort of... I'm not allowed to predict ill health or anything like that. If anyone has been struggling with health concerns this month, some of those ailments, should we say, are going to be relieved this month, right? And then you've got the Three of Wands. That's all I can say about that, because obviously I'm not a health professional or anything like that, not even close, not even remotely, okay? I'm really, really limited about exactly what I'm allowed to say. Okay, so if there was any sort of concerns like that was going on, then this month you will be catching a break from that specifically. And then you've got the Three of Wands here, which is rapid growth, it's advancement, it's acceleration. Okay, it's something growing. Is you catching your ship. Okay, like traditionally this is a merchant who's sending out their ships. There's expansions, forethought. I feel that something you did in the recent past, Libra, is paying back, right? Something that you set in motion a couple of months ago. You're going to start to see the results of that coming through this month. The Three of Pentacles, beautiful, another 3. Another 3. Very, very changeable circumstances. So your circumstances are changing up right now as we speak. Okay, but you just might not be seeing it. In fact, you've got 3 3s in this read. You got the Three of Cups, you got the Three of Wands, and now you've got the Three of Pentacles. So it's also co-creating with the universe as well. Okay. So that change in your circumstances that you've been worried about, it's happening right now. This combination here can imply a skill development and is in your blind spot. So there's going to be an opportunity here, Libra, this month for you to develop further on your natural skills, gifts, talents, abilities, whatever this is about. Okay, so that all contributes to you being able to expand upon what you're already currently doing, so that you can do it better, more efficiently or more effectively. Okay. What is working against you at this time? So interesting. I feel with this one that it's about trying to overreach before you're genuinely feeling ready. Okay, because this energy normally is extremely positive, right? You know, it's all about soaring above, rising above. It's all about you exceeding your own expectations, keeping your energy levels high, keeping your vibe high, right? It's optimism and positivity and massive amounts of growth, right? When it's in the position of what is working against you, it's akin to it coming out in the reversed position. So it indicates that perhaps you're trying to push yourself too hard, too fast, Libra. And that's why it's going to be working against you, okay? So they're saying here for you to slow down, for you to take your time, that there is no rush, and to just allow yourself to go through the process naturally. There's potentially also, just as a side note, some of you guys could be still processing some kind of grief here from a loss. Again, there are certain things that I'm not allowed to say, not allowed to predict, nor would I. You're smart, you can read between the lines, okay? There could have been a recent loss of any type that you're still processing, that you're still working through. And they're saying, for those individuals who are still currently going through a grieving process of some type, it could even be like a relationship that came to an end, right? Breaking up with someone, that's still grief. Losing a pet, that's still grief. Having to completely reinvent yourself and cut off friendships that you had for many, many, many years, that's still grief, right? Grief shows up in so many different ways, and it's caused by so many different things. Basically, somebody here is still processing through a bit of grief. And so it's vitally important, Libra, that if you are still processing this grief, that you don't try and push yourself too fast, too soon, right? they're saying literally, if you're still needing extra time off, take that extra time off, right? You cannot take your own health. That's either physical health, emotional, mental, whatever. You just cannot take your own health for granted. And somebody's feeling guilty because they're still, quote unquote, not over something yet, right? It takes as long as it takes, Libra. And that's what they're saying about this. It takes as long as it takes. What you must not do is push yourself too hard too soon. Why is Saul coming out as what is working against Libra? Thank you. The Fool reversed, you see. That one came shooting out the deck. You're not ready to release something yet, Libra. Now again, that could be you're not ready to say goodbye to someone yet, and that's okay. Or you're not ready to release whatever this is that you've been working on yet. You're not ready to release it to the world yet. It still needs to remain on your desk, as it were. Okay. You can't release anything that isn't ready, that isn't finished, because that would be a mistake. Okay, the Fool reversed is basically carelessness. It's not being fully prepared. It's someone who potentially is afraid of starting something new. They're not feeling brave. They're just not in this place of using good judgment yet. Okay, it's feeling scattered. Having no sort of direction, no sense of direction. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, basically. That's when the Fool comes out in the reversed. So that's why it's important that you don't release something. And I don't know what that something is, because it's going to be different for all of you. Don't release something that you're not ready to release yet. Okay. Like I said, it takes as long as it takes. Can you have another card for this, please, for Libra? For the Saw and the Fool reversed for Libra. Ooh. Quarter of the deck wanted to escape then. It feels like you're just wanting to get something over and done with there, Libra, with quarter of the deck trying to jump out. And it's not going to work that way. Okay, whatever this is about, Libra, you can't just get it over and done with. It needs time. It's going to take time. You need time. 9 of Wands. You're this close to success, Libra. Don't fuck it up now by releasing something before it's ready or before you're ready. Okay, you are so, like, you're inches away from success. You're inches away from having this insightful breakthrough. Okay, sit on it. Whatever this is, sit on it for a little bit longer, and you won't regret it. Okay, what is working for you at this time? Nature. What was that I was saying about allowing the situation to play out naturally? That you don't have to force anything? Yeah? The thing with nature, it always corrects itself. Always. No matter what has happened, it always corrects itself, one way or the other. Nature finds a way? Yeah. Yeah. Can you clarify this nature for Libra, please? Clarify nature for Libra. They've got me focused on their flowers, right? And they're saying, when a flower needs to blossom, it'll do it when it's ready. It'll do it when the sun is at its highest. It'll do it when there are enough bugs around to pollinate, and not before. So I don't know if you were ever, when you were little and curious and you'd find a flower that was still closed, did you ever try and pry it open and realise that the petals would never sit quite right, and then the flower would die pretty soon after because it was forced open? It's a metaphor for what's going on here in this read, Libra. Don't try and pry the flower open. Let it bloom when it's ready. Okay, and then you've got the Hermit, which is soul searching. That's self-control also. It's someone who knows themselves. And you've even got... I'm sorry, I'm just getting distracted there because there's an alarm that's going off. I was going to say you've even got some kind of spiritual illumination that's going on here. Okay, so when the time is right, and the timing, for whatever reason, it isn't now. That's what they're telling you with this one. You have to be very, very patient. They're saying for you to use this time because it's in the category of what is working for you right now. Use this time to do some soul searching. Okay, and then you've got the 8. I don't know if you saw the orientation of that card, how it came out. It's kind of squiffy, right? The 8 of Swords, normally, that's a mental prison. That's someone who's overthinking, right? And it's come out in that orientation, which means you're almost there. You're almost free, whatever that means. There's some sort of breakthrough that's about to happen. Try not to overthink it. Okay, try not to overthink it. That's a prison of your own thoughts, and they're asking for you to sit with your own thoughts. Sit with them. They're also saying here for you to write things down. That might be incredibly beneficial for you, so that when you can see it then in black and white, it might make more sense. And then the message at the bottom of the deck, there it is, the 10 of Pentacles. There's the abundance that you started off with. It's right there. Okay, so the fish, the symbology of fish in any tarot deck, it means sustainability, okay, and abundance, of course. That's why it's on the abundance card. And under that one, you've got self-interest. So, I mean, you could be trying to survive within an environment where everyone else is just out for themselves, right? But you have an abundance coming in, and it's long term as well because it's a 10 of Pentacles. That's everything that you've been working for or towards is right there with the 10 of Pentacles. Right, so let's get you a healing message. Also, if you've made it this far into the reading, thank you. And I would definitely appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel as well. And that way you're going to be notified of every time when I upload a brand new reading. Okay. Can you have a healing message for Libra, please? It doesn't cost anything to subscribe as well. I know a lot of people have got like paid memberships on their channels now. So the general assumption out there is, oh, if you subscribe to any channel, it's going to cost you. Well, no, it's not. Not here. Okay, straddling worlds, wandering between realms, number 52. Interesting. Let's take a look. Being comfortable in 2 states, wandering between realms and reinvention. When the Straddling Worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. There is no going back to the way that things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. You must find that delicate balance that can bring you delight as you relish the past and all your memories, along with awe as you glimpse the astonishing and exciting future. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, invisible to others. This card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter, but a new book in your life. Do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Make sure that you're not just a slightly more improved and more polished version of a dated and obsolete version of you. Birth yourself into someone original. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery even to yourself. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. Straddling Worlds invites you to become a true wizard, not one who performs magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and the invisible worlds, between the realms of the form and the formlessness. You're the birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world. Yeah. So the chances are quite high, Libra, that over the next coming months, you might well find that certain people, family members, friendships, start falling away from you. It's because you're no longer a vibrational match with them. And that's absolutely fine. Okay. It's absolutely fine. But this is kind of like... I want to say that these next coming months are going to stick in your mind forever, because that's pivotal energy. You're going to look back in a couple of years' time on this situation that you're in right now, and you'll be like, do you know what? I'm so glad that I made the choices that I made back then, because where you're going to be in the future, you're not even going to recognize yourself. For all of the right reasons. Honestly, this is one of those pivotal moments where you're like, wow, I'm so glad I made that choice. Or wow, I'm so glad I moved away. Or wow, I'm so glad I took that job. Or I'm so glad I started that business. Like, it's life-changing energies. Okay. Underestimate me. That'll be fun. Yes, it's possible that you've got certain individuals watching you, Libra, and not cheering you on. Certain people underestimating you. Well, that's on them. I will not be silenced. Interesting. And popularity is overrated. This one's been coming out for everyone. It's been coming out for everyone. You don't have to put so much efforts into being a people pleaser. In fact, being a people pleaser is massively discouraged because it's incredibly self-destructive. Okay, those who love you are going to support you without you having to prove anything to them or go out of your way, do you know what I mean, to impress them or anything like that, right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. If you feel that you're needing a private reading with me, then my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. My link for that is in the description box below, along with so many other useful links, including our Patreon page, the information for my other YouTube channels, and of course the absolutely amazing Otter Spirit. That's where these beautiful bracelets have come from. There's a link for those guys below as well, with a discount code, so you can pick up yourself some beautiful new bracelets at a discount. But yeah, definitely do go check them out. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.